for any reason, ever share your private keys, passphrases, passwords, or click suspicious links. Everyone all the time is trying to steal your stuff, so go slow and be careful. There's no point making all this money just to give it to a thief.
Are you tired of all the uneducated noise you're getting from the droves of YOLO meme coin peddling douchebag gurus out there trying to use you as their exit liquidity? Would you rather learn a competent university-level set of skills that will guide you in managing and investing for the rest of your life? Join us 3 days a week at Digital Investor. Develop your knowledge of game theory, cognitive bias, macroeconomics, monetary theory, investment theory, psychology of the crowds, and more. For more info on Digital Investor and how it can help you, reach out at nickblacknext.com.
Woo woo! Woo woo, Brandon, woo woo!
Wait, is it a woo woo day or is it a
Woo woo!
hoo hoo day? Oh my gosh. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Hello. For those of you that are here that appreciate not seeing those YouTube commercials, give us a like. Just give us a like if you don't like YouTube commercials. How about that? That's all we're asking. I'm not even asking that much. Otherwise, I have to go pay an Indian server farm to do it. Is that what you want? Is that what you want me to do? Is that how far we fall?
I don't know.
Jeez. We'll get our general housekeeping in order. We'll knock through it quick. We'll get through our AI news quick, and then we will go behind the wall because today we are making our first actual portfolio percentage recommendation. So each of these episodes, as we are starting to build these portfolios and build the skills to kind of manage your money, we're going to be starting to not only tell you about the different assets you're going to own so that you know what the hell is in your portfolio, but we're going to start also attaching recommendations. And again, it's recommendations, man. You still have to do the 5 T's, which, by the way, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're actually going to go into a little bit more depth on the 5 T's and why we use it as a mechanism for finding some metric for finding a fundamental analysis or for finding value. Nobody knows. If anybody knew, they'd have all the money. No one has all the money. Therefore, 505. Is that even an error? That's not even a thing, is it?
It's 503. Oh, you had that. I got to fix this. I see what's going on here. Hopefully it'll fix it.
We'll get to it, John. We will get to it, sir. Okay. So general housekeeping, kind of cool. For those of you that most of you know about that we're working on a side project. Well, not a side project. It's for digital private clients and for digital investors. All of you, the faithful that participate with us after we, shut it down and go behind the wall, super secret squirrel stuff. So we are developing out nodemarket.io. Now, right now, all you can do is go there and look at gas prices, which for some of you is valuable. And you can buy node licenses. Well, that just clicks right through to our site. But this is where you're going to be when you want to buy licenses, sell licenses, or explore the ecosystem of licenses, what kind of money people are making with their various nodes. That's cool because you can think of these nodes once they're running as a business, like a little data center. And that data center, I don't see the stream. Did I miss something on the site? Should it be on the site?
You had I'll explain this later, but there's just one button you got to push differently. I fixed it. It should be live now.
Okay, cool.
So we're good.
So anyway,
it should be live now. So if you don't see it, just refresh on the site. But I don't know how you're hearing this if you don't hear this. Regardless, anyway.
How do you hear it if you can't hear it? So this is going to have 2 parts. Now, what you're seeing right now is the very beginning of the AI node marketplace. Okay. There's also going to be a full OTC exchange, meaning sometimes it's going to be, you might be in certain assets. I'll give you an example. Crapgito. Crapgito is an asset that you may or may not own, and it may be illiquid, and you can't get out of Crapgito. But maybe somebody else wants Crapgito, and they're willing. So what you do is you could go in there, put an order to buy, put an order to sell, and it would arrange the order. It would wait until it matches you and somebody else. Now, first we're going to build it, and then we'll get it out there and let people start banging around. But Brandon, do you think it seems more likely that we're waiting for a couple of code things from the Hypercycle team before we can really launch the node marketplace? And obviously people are not tilling and doing compute yet, so we still have a little time. However, on the OTC, that should be not too far away. So that'll be,
man. We are so, Nick, oh my God, this is so exciting, this site right here. What this is going to do, it's going to allow so many different opportunities for people that they don't already have currently available. From my history, I don't know how much I can really share, but I know similar marketplaces that have launched with theories that are similar to this one in different niches, and they are game changers for that niche. And I will tell you, the growth is good for the people using the site and everybody on the back end of the site. It's an amazing opportunity that we're really excited about in the space for sure. And so the OTC thing is going to be invaluable.
So with that,
yep.
we had announced, we had talked about this, well, privately. We've been working on this for a minute. It's not like we just started working on it yesterday, but
like some of this stuff I've been talking with, the connections that I've made for this actually go back a year, Nick.
Yeah.
Like a full year.
So we were on the Hypercycle team and executive call this morning, and Tufi, I showed him this last night and told him he kind of knows what we're doing, and he was very excited enough to which he mentioned it both on This Week in Hypercycle and on the executive call this morning. He had us talk to the whole team about nodemarket.io and about what we're doing with the OTC. So they're pretty excited about that too. So this is really cool. So because where this all matters to us, other than just cool utility that every digital investor is going to have and be able to bang around with, our digital private clients, we cut a slice of the equity and we are letting our private clients grab a piece of it, because the whole point, for those of you that don't know what private client is, it's a private service for accredited investors. And when Brandon and I, because we've been in the space a while, when we get access to early investments, instead of it just being Brandon and I, although we'd probably be much wealthier, but instead of just being Brandon and I, we open it up to the digital private clients so that everybody, if they want, can get a piece of those early investments. And, you know, we always joke, but like, you can be really good in life. You can be really lucky, which is not super strategy, or you can just be first. And being first is just way easier. So we were first, pretty much Hypercycle, Twin Protocol, we're in on that. True AGI, we have equity there. Sophia DAO.
This is a big first though too. This is huge.
Yeah, this is a big one.
This marketplace is going to be the place where people, and like you said, we've already talked to Hypercycle about this, where people come and are able to resell their node licenses, resell their node bundles. This means the C Hypercycle, which actually has the tokens already locked up in it. So let's just say that your Hypercycle, your node has been working for a year. It's gained higher reputation than those that are below it, that you started first, because we're first, being that we're part of the digital investor hardware system. Yours is going to be worth more. So you can ask a higher price within this marketplace when you go to resell this. So even though you're out, whatever you paid for your nodes today, those are still an asset that's resellable on the back end, even though you're using them. It's like you're driving a car for a while. You're making all this money on your business of driving that car around town, dropping people off. I'm talking about it like an Uber driver or something, right? So either you're dropping people off, you're making business, but you could still sell that car at the end of the day, right? And this is going to be the place where that's going to happen.
Some people are having trouble getting onto the site. Is that a normal thing, or what do we think they're doing?
Oh, that's from the thing before. So it created like a big error. So just keep refreshing. You'll get on.
Yeah, we're actually, because we're extending all of the little cool bits and pieces and tools in,
I bulked this thing. I bulked the servers up once already, so this is my next call after this. This will not happen. Like, we will not like cut back on anything to make this like smooth as butter. This is not something we're gonna do. So this is gonna be smooth as butter, and I understand what's happening. But refresh and you'll get in.
Butter on top of butter.
Yep.
Yeah, don't worry. Refresh. We'll get there, and we're not gonna switch over until we know. We'll switch over behind the wall once we know people can log in. We're not gonna screw anyone out of that. Okay.
Yep.
So that's their housekeeping on that. So again, to reduce that, digital private clients, not investors, digital private clients will be able to get equity in both the exchange and the secondary market for node licenses. And just to give you an idea, when it's complete, there's going to be over 2 million node licenses, 2.1 million of these things. 2.1 million node licenses, most of which will be earning income. So 2.1 million businesses, you may have some or many of those. So you would probably want a place to sell them, to buy them, look at similar competitors, see how close you are to splitting, all that kind of stuff. So it'll also be a place to go and look and see where your node is ranking compared to other people's nodes in the network. That'd be kind of cool. So anyway, all of the tools will be available for digital investor, but they will not be able to invest in it. It's just a private round. If you like to own equity in this, which we're taking a chunk of the equity, that's only for digital private clients. But everybody here will be able to use these tools. Even non-members would be able to use the tools. It's just that digital investors will have access to it right there on their right there on the dashboard. So because we want the experience to be as easy as possible for everybody, and not just in hypercycle, but the OTC is for all assets, not just hypercycle. So anyway, there you go. Although I'm sure that's a good place for it. All right. Let me see. If we use your hardware, will all the nodes get the same rank? Well, they would be very close. Yeah, it would depend on timing. And again, you're not using my personal hardware. So everybody understand that. Brandon and I are not running server farms and all that. We are working with HyperPG. We are working with David and his group. And so the first priority is that our tokens, the earlier node purchasers, because we're going to do it in order of like kind of how you purchase your nodes is kind of how you get access. They're going to have the ability to go and take their nodes and post them over with David's group. And then when that gets full, we're going to have an alliance with HyperPG. And there's a thing called hyperpools coming. I don't know if did you know much about hyperpools yet, Brandon?
No, I didn't even watch that yet.
So this was an announcement. This morning. That's an announcement that Tufi did and went through it this morning, just went out on the This Week in Hypercycle. So if you should go and check that out. It is just now live. After this, go see it. But Hyperpools is a place where if you have some but not all of the bits and pieces of the ecosystem, you have tokens and nodes, but you don't have whatever. You can also go and pledge. Think of it as a big repo market, a hypercycle repo market. Any bits and pieces you have or several, you'll be able to go post them there. And you'll be able to see what you get for them. You'll get X amount for pledging licenses, X amount for pledging tokens plus licenses, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to allow every single one of the beneficiaries or many of them to participate at whatever level of stuff they have. We will also make sure that through the dashboard here, everybody has direct access to links for hyperpools the second that they are live. So that's the key. So that's what's going on. So that's the general housekeeping there. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Let's do about 5 minutes, no more than that, of AI news. I'm going to run through it like they do those car commercials.
Yeah, I think most people are gotten into the site too now. So
okay, cool. Zoom debuts built-in AI assistant. Oh, wait. I can't miss my opportunity to use my little robots because
3 minutes.
It never it just keeps getting better, the robots. Okay, Zoom launched AI Companion, an AI assistant embedded across platform to easily kind of increase your productivity. It doesn't cost anything. AI Companion assists users in composing chat responses, generating automated meeting summaries, email messages, smart recordings, and much other stuff. Their approach accommodates various generative AI models, including its own large language model, plus Meta Llama 2, everything from OpenAI and Anthropic, meaning ChatGPT or GPT-4 and Claude 2. And then they have a bunch of new stuff for task and scheduling that's coming in the fall. So again, another company that's just managing AI integration. And eventually, I mean, I think all the Zoom capabilities will be, I think Zoom's going to end up just being a bunch of features and not its own product. I don't see a need for Zoom 5 years from now. That's just me. My name's Bennett. I ain't in it. Okay. So that's cool. An AI hearing aid is giving users kind of superpowers. Hearing aid makers are reportedly leveraging AI to create smart devices that make hearing aids more valuable and appealing, especially even for younger users that may be suffering or may just want to be like a flippin' superhero. AI powers features such as speech clarity, fall alerts, transitions, translations. Like, you're going to be able to get an earpiece that does translations. Think about that if you're traveling. How wicked would that be? It can act as a personal assistant, music,
that would be the best.
Yeah.
The best thing ever. While you're traveling, to have that earpiece in.
Oh, man.
Nobody can talk smack behind your back, Nick.
How much do you want to bet that Apple starts steroiding up their ear pods and AirPods and all that so that has all these capabilities? Because remember, all this stuff, these are features that all AI systems are going to be able to incorporate. Anyway, the tech aims to reduce stigma and get people help sooner, particularly for the younger generation, with 1 in 7 teenagers suffering from hearing loss. Turn that music down, you damn kids. Get off my lawn. The hearing aids are seen as giving users superpowers beyond just hearing help and can actually adapt to environments and situations. This has like Apple product written all over it. I'm curious to see what they say. When is the Apple product release? Is that next week or this week? Is it this? I thought it was this week. Their upgrade cycle. Anyway, whatever day it is, either this week or next week. Okay, great. Other things that I thought just were kind of interesting. Berkeley is teaching robots to play tag. Soon they'll just be tackling perpetrators, whatever they deem as perpetrators. They've developed a new way to teach robots strategic moves like playing tag. The experiment utilized a teacher bot with extra info to give a student bot on intercepting humans. No shit, I'm reading it. Despite its simplicity, the student bot actually learned complex behaviors such as predicting moves and like juking. So you're going to have football teams running AI simulations to help their. Why don't we just have robots play football against robots? What's the point of humans? Seems silly. Anyway, robot software firm Mujin just put 58 million or 85 million bucks in a Series C raise in their back pocket, bringing the company's funding to 150 million. Its platform simplifies deploying and automating robots for manufacturing and logistics. Hashtag features. This is another company that probably won't exist in 10 years. The company's Mujin controller already supports 1,100 systems in production and has been adopted by many of the top robot equipment manufacturers. Well, if they can stay embedded, that's the key. Harvard launched AI in medicine PhD. So you can now get a PhD at Harvard in AI in medicine. They're creating an AI in medicine PhD track to train leaders in applying AI to transform the healthcare industry. Students will take clinical courses and do hospital rotations alongside MDs while participating in co-mentorship programs with technical and clinical faculty. I mean, I guess this will be robots here in the not too distant future. But anyway, that's what I got. So are we good, Brandon? Should we go ahead and switch it over and then start talking about the fancy old?
So
Are we good?
Yeah, we
good?
should be good. As far
And
as I know, there's
I could mention really quick that Singularity Net is building an Ethereum to Binance bridge. And that was the Crapgito pump that we saw yesterday, because that was the first token. Hypercycle is not yet available on that swap platform. But let me tell you something. When it is, there is an instant arbitrage between the Binance token that is like 43 cents and the Ethereum token that is 52 cents. You guys see that, right?
It's not, but it's not easy. How do you arbitrage? You have to sell in USDC, send it to USDC. It's not a good arbitrage. Like
no, I think you would go the other way. I think you would buy the BNB Hypercycle token, bridge it to Ethereum.
You can't bridge it. You can't. There's no way.
But
you can't arbitrage.
That's what they're building, Brandon.
Well, I know, but not today.
No, they're building it today. Just isn't ready today.
Well, then, yeah, then you can arbitrage it. Then what's going to happen when that happens is that's what's going to happen. When that happens, that's going to immediately close that gap, like within seconds.
You close your gap.
That it'll go.
What are you doing wearing sleeves?
Sleeve day. All day. Sleeve day. All day.
Sleeve day.
Let's go. Let's lock it up.
I even have a hoodie.
Hey, let's lock it up. Where's the segue? Ooh. Is it cold there in LA? What is it? What is it? What is it? A cool 75 degrees?
It's getting down there, buddy. And then
it's snowing outside right
now. No,
wait.
I got to just say this really quick because this is such a great article.
What article?
That's just made my day. Everybody needs to know this.
Get out of here.
It made my day. Our buddy CEO Alex, I put 200 millions of my own monies on Celsius. Mashinsky, his assets are ordered frozen by the court as the Department of Justice case continues, because I'm going to say this in the most polite way that your children, that you could play this at church. Alex Mashinsky is a thieving piece of shit. Is that fair? You could say that in church, right, Brandon?
What church?
Banking and real estate assets of former Celsius chief Alex Mashinsky have been ordered frozen as a criminal charge and many charges and cases against him advance, according to court documents unsealed Tuesday morning. In July, Mashinsky, who also co-founded the lending platform, was arrested under multiple counts, including securities fraud, manipulation of the company's cell token, of course, which they admitted to like 4,000 times, and has pleaded not guilty to what his lawyer described as, "These are baseless charges." What a dick. Of course, they all say that. Like even Sam Bankrun Fraud Chicken said that. On August 16th, New York Judge Jed Radkoff issued an edict forbidding financial institutions from selling assets in a number of Goldman Sachs bank accounts held in the name of Koala LLC and a residential property in Austin, Texas. This piece of shit lived in Austin. Man, I used to live in Austin. I guess I left at the right time. The order has now been unsealed after initially being kept secret, given fears that the accounts could be drained before being frozen. Mashinsky was released on a $40 million bond. Oh, he didn't make any money off all the idiots he stole from. He didn't make any money, yet he could post a $40 million bond. Please. Prosecutors have said they'll need 6 to 8 weeks to gather evidence, including from Mashinsky's online videos, which he's alleged. He's not alleged. He absolutely misled everyone, if you were dumb enough to believe his rotten bullcrap. Anyway, the creditors of Celsius, a crypto company toppled in July 2022, as the crypto winter set in, are currently voting on whether to sell assets to buyer consortium Fahrenheit. Okay, so Brandon, would you go from Celsius to something called Fahrenheit?
What kind of, like, it's like going from one dumpster fire
to the
next,
fine.
Right?
Oh, let's go from
Celsius.
FTX to FUTX.
Yeah,
what do you guys think? Everybody that lost money in FTX, do you think FUTX is the next best step for everyone? Get the truck out of here. Anyway, that is all we have to say about that. Okay, why don't we, Brandon, switch? Why don't we get behind the wall? Why don't we start talking about portfolios, making our first, we're going to talk some Bitcoin.
Oh, we got some MetaMask news. Anyway, let's go behind the wall.
Okay, behind the wall.
Behind the wall. Let's go.
Always,
Shut it up.
All sorts of cool news. Wait, can
Sure,
you say
yep.
something so that I can blank you out as
Yeah,
we do it?
I wanted to talk